All right, so in this live training, I'm gonna share with you the $10 million ad strategy. Now, before I start, just make things super clear. What I'm gonna share with you guys in this training is completely beginner friendly, right? I'm gonna share with you one of the easiest strategies that I've run across in the last few years that has helped me get tremendous results. Matter of fact, this method that I did, I was able to scale a digital product store to over $390,000, right? Doing this method, just running one single ad, right? So I'm gonna share with you exactly how I run these campaigns, how I set them up, how I pretty much how I the process that I use in order to test different creatives, see which creatives are winning, which ones are not, right? And then which ones I can really scale, right? It doesn't matter what product you're selling. Yeah, this works really well for digital products, but also works for e-com, for digital services. I mean, you name it, this method works. So it's not just for digital products, but of course, most people that are following me, they want to know how to sell their digital products right better, without creating a bunch of content, without posting 3 to 4 to 5 times a day and waiting for the algorithm to pick up to finally drive traffic for you. So these are for the people that want fast results. Also for the people that don't have much time, right? Don't have much time. Because when I started my online marketing career and my journey, I was working at 9 to 5, so I didn't have time to put out a whole bunch of content, right? When I started back in 2012, I could put out, a few videos a week, if that. So what I did back then was I leaned heavy on paid ads, right? So just want to share with you the strategies, the techniques of how we're able to do this. So first of all, let me go ahead and share my screen with you real quick. Okay, I think it's showing kind of weird, but it's fine. I want to make sure you guys can see my screen correctly. So I got the iPad today, and I'm gonna do some drawing for you guys, so y'all can see exactly how this is done. All right, let me adjust this real quick. All right, cool. I think that's good. Yeah, I'm just make it so you guys can see the full screen. All right, cool. All right, let's get it going then. All right, so first things first, guys. When we're running our campaigns, I like to do a method that I call the one campaign blueprint, right? Pretty much what we're doing just running one campaigns. Because back when I first started running ads, especially heavy like in 2017, where I was spending like 10,000 a day. We will run ads to where we will test a bunch of interests and then test, just a few creatives, but really we were testing a bunch of interests, seeing which interest wins, and from there we were scaling those interests. But now in 2025, the ad game has changed completely, right? So we have simplified the entire process into just one campaign, right? So let me see if I can write this. One. You guys can read that. Read that. My writing ain't that good. But we're gonna do the one campaign, right? One campaign. Let me get this a little bit darker. So what we're doing is we have one campaign, right? One. And then in each campaign, right, we have one ad set. Let's see if that looks good. That looks good? All right, cool. That looks good. And then from that ad set, we have three. Hold on, let me delete that real quick. Or go back. Still getting used to this. We have three ads, right? So one campaign, one ad set, three ads, right? So within this right here, what do you see in this ad set? Before we used to run a bunch of interests, right? So like say like we have an offer that we're helping people budget their money, like a finance offer. So like usually we'll go in and find interest, like in finance and banking, just any kind of interest that does with finance. But nowadays, instead of doing interest, what we like to do is we like to do a thing called broad targeting, right? Let me do this real quick. Broad, oops. All right, broad, and make sure it's dark enough for you guys. Is broad targeting. So what's broad targeting? So broad targeting pretty much is we're not putting any interest within our ad set, right? We're not putting any interest in our ad set. The only thing we're doing is leaving that the interest free, right? And then once it's free, we let Facebook, the algorithm, decide um where our audience, our best audience is, right? And I tested this both ways. I tested a bunch of interest, a bunch of broad, but for some reason, broad is the easiest to scale. And also, it seems like Facebook just finds like the right type of customers, when you do broad targeting, right? So the only thing I'm really changing is like ages, right? Oh, countries, right? So that's important. I know you can't read that. Ages, countries. I know my camera. I'll get better. Don't worry. Ages, countries, and that. Oh, male, female, right? I know my grammar. I mean, my writing is horrible, but it's fine. Male, female, right? So that's the only thing we're changing in this broad targeting, right? And then on top of that, oh, I like this. I can change that. And on top of that, on our 3 ads that we're gonna test against each other, right? What I like to do is I like to do image ads to test image ads. And the reason why I like doing image ads is because it's a lot easier to create, one, and two, image ads are doing really well on Facebook right now. They're doing amazingly well right now on Facebook. And on top of that, another reason why is once I find a good image ad that works, then I can take that image ad and turn them into videos, right? So what I'm doing pretty much here, let me delete all this, is I'm running 3 ads against each other. I'm letting it run around, I'd say about 3 days, right? It depends, it depends. 3 days. Also, it depends on your budget. Like, I'm gonna let it run in 3 days if I'm spending like 20 per day, right? 20 USD per day. I know it looks horrible, but it's fine. 20 USD per day. I'm not an artist. If I'm spending 20 USD a day, I'll probably let it run 3 days. But if I'm letting it run like one day, I'm probably spending like 100. Well, actually, if I'm letting it run like one day, let's do one day. So let's do 1 day. I'm spending like 100 in a day, right? And I'm seeing quickly what's going on. I'm seeing quickly what is going on within my ads, And then also too, one thing I'm doing is I'm making sure that my metrics are where they need to be, right? So one thing I see that people make mistakes is like they don't know their costs, right? They don't know their costs, right? So I'm gonna show you a demo right now on the computer. But before I show you that demo, what I really want to go over you is your numbers. Because even before we start running ads, we gotta know our numbers. So let's say we're selling a product for $27, right? And since we're selling digital products, these products have high margins. The only thing you have to account for is the fees, right? So like Stripe fees, PayPal fees, 2.9% of this. So just to make numbers really easy, let's just say our profit is 25 because we are selling digital products, right? So that means that we can spend up to $25 per sale, right? So like if I'm running my ads and if I spend $25 and I see that I have no add to carts, right? And I see that my clicks are over like $2, that's bad. No add to carts, clicks over $2, bad, right? I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off, right? On the first day. Because man, if it ain't get no add to carts by 25, that means your ad is probably not gonna work. So I'll just go back to the drawing board and do a new ad, right? Because the clicks gotta be cheaper. They gotta be at least under $1 per click. I don't care where you're advertising, right? Especially these digital products. If you're running like a different industry, like insurance or one of those like super competitive industries, then yeah, I'll be like, okay, it doesn't matter. Like you can pay $2 per click, $2.50, $3 per click. just as long as your lead cost is where it needs to be, you know? I mean, I ran businesses where my lead costs were $25 per lead or more. $25 per lead, guys. But on the back end, those leads were worth like each lead was like, I think our average lead, like people that bought, I think we were like paying like 25, but we were turning over like $100 per sale. So we're making like $70 profit per lead, right? So once you know, like I said, once you know your numbers, it's a lot easier to scale your ads, right? And I'll do more in-depth trainings on how to do this. I'm already 10 minutes in, and I already shared a lot with you guys. But you gotta know your numbers, right? You gotta know your numbers. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm gonna show you guys a campaign that I just launched here recently. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Okay, cool. Hold on, let me take care of this real quick. And I'll show you guys the exact campaign structure. All right, just give me a second. I'm gonna share my screen with you all real quick. Man, it's not working. All right, cool. No worries. I have an issue with this account not getting paid, but whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with y'all. Let me take off the iPad. All right, cool. So yeah, this is a new campaign I just started running, right? So look, I got one campaign, one campaign method, broad, right? And then 3 ads. And you can see here, if I go in here, if I hit edit, you can see, if I go on to the like show more controls, all I have is USA and 18 plus. There's no targeting in here at all, at all. So I'm letting Facebook decide what customer is the best. And so many people say, oh, interest is great. Interest is great. Like I said, all depends. There's so many factors running ads, guys. There's so many factors when you're running ads, you know. But what I'm seeing the best is broad, hands down, hands down. And if I go into the ad set level, you see I have 3 different images, and these images I made them with AI. Even the captions I made with AI, right? 3 different images. And I just started running this campaign, but the payment failed because something's wrong with the card. But 7 clicks, $1.06 a click. So this is telling me right now that this is looking good. I just started this today, right? But it already spent $7.41, and I'm already $1 a click. So probably the next like $10 spent, I'll probably have like an at the cart, I'm assuming, right? Probably by $30 spend, I'll probably have a purchase in here. This product costs $27. So even if I spend $30 on the first sale, that's great. I only lost like $3, right? But I'm definitely looking for that second sale under $50. So I can at least break even. So by the time I spend $100, I want to be at least break even, right? Or close, or going towards the path of break even and then in profit, right? Because that's how it works usually when you're running ads. At first you lose some money a little bit, but then once you keep running it, the cost starts going down. You start getting purchases, right? And then it becomes a part to where you're like, okay, cool. Now I'm in profit. I'm in profit consistently. Every single day for the last 7 days, I've been in profit, right? So then it from there, it allows me to just increase my budget, right? Increase more my budget. And on top of that, since I'm running the one campaign method, the one thing I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm not gonna go too much into this, but I'll duplicate this into broad number 3, and then I'll test more ads. Test 3 more ads, right? Because what I'm doing really is I'm throwing all the winning ads into one ad set. And I keep testing new ads outside of that ad set, and I keep adding in, right? And that's how I'm able to scale, right? And that's like the beginner way. Of course, I can show you guys like the advanced way where we're duplicating ad sets and then we're using cost caps and doing all this crazy stuff. But this right here is the most sustainable way to run ads. Because I know a lot of people that are watching this video, you don't have time to be in front of the ad manager all day, right? So you want to set up to where it's easy to set up and to manage. Pretty much, bottom line, guys. Bottom line. All right, so let me know in the chat any questions so far running ads. I'm gonna do more trainings on this. I'm gonna get more in depth on this. I just want to do like the preview the basic training on how to do this, because really a lot of people get intimidated by ads, and I understand. I've been doing this. I've been running ads now for since 2013. 2013. So I have like 12 years in the game of running Facebook ads, right? And nowadays it's easier than it used to be. Before it was complicated. Before it was really hard to get up and going, and there's so many things I used to deal with. Accounts getting shut down for no reason. But nowadays it's really smooth process in running ads. The costs have went up, but the good thing is you guys are running digital products and services. So for you guys, it's not that big a deal. Your margins are so high that you're able to run ads right now, right? It's not like ecom where your margins are super thin. You're talking 10, 15%, 20% maybe, right? See, like it got restricted because payment didn't go through. But anyways, we'll fix that later. What was I saying? Yeah, it's hold on, let me get rid of this. Nowadays it's so much easier to run ads, guys. Super easy. Let me see if any comments in the chat. Okay, let me know any chat questions regarding ads. I'll answer for you right now while we're live. But guys, if you're not in my if you're watching this video on YouTube, because a lot of people have been coming through on YouTube lately. So if you're not in my group, make sure you join my DigiLab group, my Digital Lab group. Right here, it's free to join. It's a free group. I have over 1.6 members in here. I started this group like a month and a half ago, and we're growing very, very, very fast. So if you want to join this group and actually get like the mini course where you can learn how to set up and start your own digital product business, I have it right in here. These videos will get you on the right path to getting started, right? And then if you are in the group and you're interested in mentorship, you only have 8 spots left right now at our current rate, right? So if you're interested in mentorship, make sure you go to this post, comment, mentor, and then myself or one of my team members will reach out to you and give you more info regarding mentorship, right? And also, too, one more thing, guys. I also have a free coaching call. So you want to talk to my team, if you want to, get fast track, you need more like one-on-one help, you want to partner with us, go ahead and apply for that coaching call. You see that here as well. I actually include it in the YouTube description. But I just want to go ahead and give you guys that update, give you guys a couple of training real quick on how to run ads, because I know that's one thing that you guys are asking a lot, how to do the advertising, right? Because I see that you guys are grasping the concept of running digital products, right? So Harry is asking, are you selling on Shopify? No, we're not selling on Shopify or digital products. We're selling on our own website, digilab.com. We white labeled agency software that allows us to build sales funnels. I can show you real quick what we're doing. I'll show you real quick. Let me share my screen with you. All right, cool. All right, cool. So yeah, we're running on this DigiLab app. All right, let's see if you can see and I'll show you the kind of funnels we're running. So if you're familiar with like high level, you'll recognize this. But what we did was we white labeled it and we built it for digital products. So everything in here that we have. So when you sign up, you can either do like a 14-day trial and then $47 a month, or just get the year, right? And then we'll add you to our elite group, right? Our private elite group. Only had 26 members in here, but everybody in here paid 500 plus to be in this group, right? But we'll give you our DigiLab app, and then we'll also give you our digital elite lab trainings, right? In the where you'll get like over 40 videos of how to build your digital product business, right? But I'll show you the DigiLab app real quick, because this is also an important part when running ads, guys, is to run it to a funnel, right? Like you can run it to like a Shopify product page, which is fine, like it works, but it doesn't convert nearly as well as a sales funnel. So what we do is we run sales funnels, right? So I have a template here. I'll let that load in the meantime, but I want to show you this second template where we have like a lander, right? And then we check out upsells on the back end. And doing this structure really makes your ads even more profitable, because then when somebody comes in and buys your $27 product, after they're done checking out, they'll get hit with a one-time offer upsell. So like for example, like say like I'm selling, like this is a good example. I'm gonna show you guys an example real quick. So you guys start piecing this together because all this counts. Like yeah, you can do the ads, which is great, but if you don't have like a really good offer, or that's where people get caught up. Oh, it's the ads. Oh, it's the ads. Oh, my ads suck. No, most likely your offer sucks, right? Most likely your offer sucks. So like say like we're selling this program, which is like a program to help people break their addiction from social media, right? And get better rest. Because that's a huge problem, right? So here we sell them a guide, and then from the guide, and they buy the guide, they'll get hit with a one-time offer, a upsell, right? And let this load real quick. I got my internet fixed, so I'm so happy. Things are moving a lot faster now. Should be faster, but it's all right. So yeah, they get hit automatically with another offer, a sleep tracker, right, for $17, right? And then from there, they get hit with another offer, right? Not everybody's gonna buy the upsell. Don't get me wrong, right? But what happens is, okay, so another, it's supposed to be a different image there, but they get with another offer. I think I had like I forgot what it was, a guide or something. I forgot what the other upsell I had on there. And then from there, you can hit them with more upsells if you want, if you really want. But what this does is instead of just getting $27 for that sale, your average order value, because keep in mind, people are gonna buy this product, right? Then people are gonna hit the upsell. Not everybody's gonna take it, but some people will take the upsell, right? And then from there you have an average, right? Say like every 100 people or better yet, every 10 people that buy your product, 3 of them take the upsell. So instead of your average order value being $27, now it's going to be like $40, right? Which allows you to what? Spend more on ads. Spend more on ads and scale. And even so, you can even take it further. That's why I show you guys, like in my digital elite course, and in my training in there, my private group, the mentorship group, I showed you guys how to do high ticket. Let me show you guys real quick. I show you how to do high ticket. See, I got the high ticket product pack at the end. So structuring like 500 to 5K offers, right? Like this right here is worth it to learn. This right here, I show you guys how to structure a high ticket offers. So that when people coming in, they're buying your low ticket offer, you have your name, their phone number, you can send them a message, book a call with them, and upsell them to a high ticket offer, 500 plus, 2,500, 5,000, right? One of those a month will completely change your life. When I started online marketing, I started with low products, $20 product, then I had a $100 product, I had a $500 product, a $1,000 product. But when I started implementing my 3K product, like that's when everything changed for me. Everything changed for me. High ticket completely changes the game for you when you're selling digital products. I just want to put that out there, for you guys, so you guys know. But this is how you really make ads profitable, by tiering your offers, right? Having different upsells. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to offer customers. Just think if you're in a grocery store, you're in the line, you see all these upsells, right? I know like in the USA, you're in Best Buy is a great example. When you're at Best Buy in the USA and you walk into the line, they put you through these maze where you have all these candy and accessories and like memory cards and all this stuff. Same thing with Ross. Ross, you're walking through the line at Ross and you see all these upsells, right? Or people at the register, hey, would you like to upgrade your order? Would you like to add this on, add this on? So we're doing that same thing, but digital. And it's not a bad thing because people appreciate that there's more things for them to buy to help them solve their problems. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're solving people's problems, right? We're solving people's problems with our product, our digital products. But with that being said, guys, thank you for coming up and watching this training. Make sure you join my group and you want that mentorship, go ahead and send me a message or comment on that post and we'll reach out to you. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel. It helps me a lot. It really helps me grow this channel and allows me to keep bringing you guys this information, share my knowledge with you guys. So please support the channel and I'll see you guys on the next training. Peace.